Hi everyone. We put this video together for you. It's more about finding your goldmine for serviced accommodation. There's a lot more to it than just looking at Booking.com, Airbnb, Zoopla, and Rightmove, etc. We also show you how we've got the easy way of getting agents to call you instead of you going out searching Rightmove and searching Zoopla, wasting your time, etc. Because I found that many people do hours and hours and hours of this, wasting time, and it beats them down and then they don't get started. We also show you some critical data that you need to know from sites like Visit Britain and other organisations within England. And we show you about 9 or 10 websites, and this will help you work out if there's demand in your area, how much you can charge for your property per night for each guest, up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however big your property is. And there's some real good vital information in here. We normally allow this only on our courses, but this is a small sort of insight, if you like, into what we do on our course. So hopefully it will help you in your career as a serviced accommodation operator. If you have any questions, please let us know. You can find us on Facebook at Wealth and Success Academy, and being A&D, Wealth and Success Academy. Please contact us on there, and we'll be more than welcome. You'll be more than welcome to get some help from us. See you soon, and enjoy the video. It is a screen recording of all the websites that we're using on there. We also give you commentary on what we're doing and how we use them. So enjoy, and wish you all the success. Hello everyone, trust you all is well. Quick introduction, Ashley Banfield, half of the team at Wealth and Success Academy. The other half is Emmanuel Ezekiel. Emmanuel Ezekiel has a vast portfolio of property in London, so he knows a bit about property, worth over 50 million. I have a portfolio of properties myself. I also specialise in rent-to-rent HMOs and rent-to-rent service accommodation. And today we're going to show you how we find our goldmine area and how we analyse it. And we're going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 10 websites, etc. that we go through, which is not all of them, but it's quite a few of them. It will give you the main gist of how to get this started successfully. So if you want to know more about us, you can go to Wealth and Success Academy on Facebook, like our page, it looks like that, and you get tons of information about us and plenty of motivation as well, etc. It's all around property. So let's go to site 1, which is our good friend Rightmove. And what we'll do is we'll do a search for rental properties, and as you can see, we'll pick on Bristol today. I don't know anything about Bristol, but we'll pick on Bristol. I've never invested in Bristol. I know many people have. So we'll go with this area only. We'll do a minimum of, I don't know, 800 quid, and we'll go to a max of 2 grand, 2.5 to find what's available. Minimum 2 beds, maximum 3 beds. We are looking to let the property out to guests as an entire property, not by the room, so we can continue to provide C3 classification for our property. The reason we don't choose 1 beds is because we're in this to make a lot of money per property. We're talking thousands per month, not hundreds. And we've proven that over and over again. So let's show you this. So here you go. You can do this all day. You can spend hours and hours. You can draw yourself an area. You can be by the coast, wherever it is that you want to be. If you know your area, you should know what's going on. We like period homes as well. You don't have to just go for all the new flats. Make sure it's been fully refurbed before you think about a period home. Period homes for us are the highest profit earners by 30-40%, if not more. They are amazing, and the good thing is majority of them, if not most of them, are freehold, so you're not going to get stuck with any head lease or any rubbish like that. Sound good? And you know, you've got all these sort of properties, and you can look at them, you know, so you can click on here, you can have a look, and you can do this until your heart's content, and it will bore the crap out of you, and it will waste so much time. You can look, and you can send individual messages, blah 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 blah. Nice area, good. You can request details, put in information, blah blah blah, send. That's not how we like to do it. You can use it to assess your area to see if there's enough stock. So what did we say? We said about 800, I think, and a max of 2.5. 2.5, any property type, 2-bed plus. In this case, it's not giving us any other option. We'll find properties on Zoopla. And again, you can go through the properties and spend hours and hours and hours wasting your time. You may as well not bother, to be honest, because you're going to waste so much time. So that's quite funky. I like to look at that, but it's a 4-bed house. It's huge. It's got a nice area, which has got the wow factor. I mean, that's awesome. That would be great. I like that. I'm not sure where it is, but again, you can look into that. It's probably a long way out. So this is how we do it. What we will do is we go to Zoopla, and we will go to the results that were given to us, which are all here, and we will scroll all the way to the bottom where we find this, agents. We'll click on all. If you're in London, you scroll through and take out all of Foxtons, because Foxtons do not do what we do. They don't understand rent to rent. And then you can take out other ones that are outside of the Bristol area. Take out UPAD, because they're direct and you just get an automated email. It's a waste of time. They're direct to, same as Vism. Take those out. Open rent as well. If you come across open rent in there, take that out. And then we put in here, you put your name, John Smith or whatever it might be. And in here, you need to write in that you are looking for a particular property in the area. Now, I would love to tell you exactly what to put in here, but the people that I mentor, I did it once and I got massive complaints. So being true to them, I can't do this anymore, but you put in your phone number, you put in your email, always untick keep me informed so they don't get spammed, and put in here, it will actually almost fill up the whole 500 characters, and then click send. Your phone will ring within minutes with agents hungry to speak to you. They want to see you, they want to show you properties because of what we say in here, in there. And then from there, you'll have properties coming to you, and you'll get phone calls for about the next 3, 4, 5 days, if not more. You'll get to meet agents, you'll get to see properties, and I can tell you this, your service accommodation rent to rent strategy kicks off as soon as you've sent that email. Now, before you send these emails, you need to know there's property. So you've found a stock there. There's plenty of stock in Bristol, way more than you can imagine. Then we want to start looking at places like booking.com, and we will put in Bristol. So we know now that there are plenty of properties and we know how to find them. And I'll go out a bit so that we are able to get a booking. I always put in 2 nights. And let's see what we can find on booking. 52% reserved. So in my area, that's normally about 78, 80%. But it's out in September. So we'll do 1 room. We won't do 8 adults. We'll do, let's say, 2 adults. And this is where you need to start your research. You need to do it based on 2 adults, 3 adults, 4 adults, 5 adults, and 6 adults. If it's going to be a 2-bed property, or up to 8, or even maybe even 10 on a 3-bed property. But there is one caveat on that, around bathrooms. So here we can see contemporary apartment, Stokes Croft. what I would do first is go through all the hotels, etc., and see what you can see and see how much they're charging. So this one's £756 for 2 nights, 570. You see the rates are quite good in Bristol. They're good. It's a good area by the look of this. Then we can go to apartments. Let me find apartments. It's always harder when you're trying to teach something. Here we go. Apartments. Let's see what the apartments. This is going to be our main competition. 570. So we're looking at 230 night, 2 nights per night for 2 adults. That's 8 adults. Okay, I didn't change it. Let's change that to 2 adults and research. Okay, good. Okay, so the prices have come down dramatically. Good. And then we'll go back to apartments. You can see we've got 57 apartments. There were only 10 that could handle 8 people. So Sacco or Sacco Bristol in the Key, 140 quid a night-ish. 198 for 2 nights. So there's a bit of competition. Some look okay. These colours look disastrous. That looks good. Okay, some of these look quite good, quite professional. So it's good. So you've got some competition there in Bristol. Excellent. Okay, some of those look really good. So then what you'll do is you'll start to dig down and you'll change it to 3 nights. You want free Wi-Fi as well. Perhaps we're going to look at parking, because parking being Bristol, I guess there'll be a few people that drive out there. And then we'll look at, we'll take it to 4 people. And then you get an idea of how much. So you need to have got a list of the amount of money that they're charging per night, per person, or for 2 people per night. And then you start to add 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, etc. So you can see that the Mercure is 378 now, 4 adults 358. So let's go back to apartments. So we've narrowed it down to 28 with parking. You can see here that it's 422 for 4 nights. For 4 adults for 2 nights. You can see the prices have gone up slightly. We put ours up by about £49 per night, or £69 per night in peak times, but that's in our particular area. And again, Paintworks, that looks like an amazing apartment. You can look deeper into this. You can check out their photos. They've staged it with food and coffee. Makes it look lived in, which is good, very professional. Awesome apartment because it has the wow factor. Great colours. Not too sure if it's okay for kids, but I'm guessing they will say that. That is an amazing apartment. Absolutely brilliant. And you can see why they've got a superb 9.2 of 72 reviews. Excellent photos, etc, etc, etc. That's an amazing apartment. That's fantastic. I'd want to stay there. Great. So you start to look at your competition. You look at that. If you think that's amazing and you're about to take on a heap of shit, a horrible looking property, and you're competing with that at the same sort of prices, then you could be in a bit of trouble. So you need to research your competition, not just the pricing. Research what they're doing. Phone them up. Try to book. See how it goes. Email them. See if you can book. See how long you can book. Can you book for 7 nights? Can you book for 10 nights, 15 nights, 28 nights, etc. And see if they offer discounts. And then you would go over to Airbnb and you would do the same again. You want to see what's happening in Bristol. And again, you can say 2 guests, 3 guests, 4 guests, etc. So we'll take that to 2 for now. And then we'll click, I think we said September. So we'll do the same again. We'll do September and we'll see what comes up. Room type, okay, we want the entire home. So we'll do that. Price range, We probably want to, you know, I'm looking for some sort of, let's go 100. Let's go 100. 100 per night. And then it's good, they've got the map view so it can show you exactly what's in here, which is great for the consumer. And again here, the 2-bedroom apartment, Georgian apartment, very nice, £126 per night, etc., etc. You go through some of these and they're good, very professional, fantastic looking properties. Awesome. Okay, your typical setup for your service accommodation. Some fluffy cushions, etc. But what we're looking for here, that's a great shot. It really grabs the eye and quite funky. So what you would do is you would, let's go back to the top one, you click on here. And for us, yeah, okay, we want to see what it's like. Good, so that's a period style home, which some people like to stay in, especially tourists. Okay, great. Nice and big, open plan, which is good for family staying. They want to be together. Okay, I'll call that a suite bathroom. Nice, looks good. Okay, probably a better quality sofa bed there if it were me. I'd have a better quality bed there as well. I probably have better quality furniture than that, but hey, it's good. So if I think, yeah, I like it, then you need to look here. This is the good bit. Cleaning fee, 35 quid. So actually, if you're staying for 2 nights, the rate is now 108 plus the 35. There's also a service fee, but that's our friends at Airbnb. And if I want to change it to 4 guests, this is where it's much easier. I change it to 3 guests, then I can go, okay, it goes to 326 for 2 nights. Then I want to change to four guests, and you can see it goes up to 371, and then the maximum is 6 in this property. Then we can take it up to 460 per night. Now, if I had a 3-bed property, I could take that to 8 people, but this property doesn't add it because it doesn't have that space. But if you can see per night, I don't know, maybe it's gone up by 40 quid or whatever. So that could take me to £540 for 2 nights. That's awesome. Starting at 120 or whatever it was, etc. So you can see how Airbnb is much like McDonald's, is you just keep cranking it up, cranking it up, cranking it up. You want to shake with that, you want a Sunday, etc. Now, cleaning fee here that we add in Airbnb is by default. You don't normally add it into Booking.com. In Booking.com, the culture within Booking.com, because it's a business environment mostly, majority of them, is that they want a cleaning fee, all fees included. And they get a bit shitty, the guests, if they find that there's a cleaning fee, etc. So Airbnb, because it's a house sharing site more so, they are quite happy and used to paying a cleaning fee. So that's a bit about Booking. So you go on there and you have a search around, you have a look, self check-in, keypad, 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. next day, etc., etc., etc. There's weekly discount, there's a monthly discount, there's a cleaning fee, security deposit 200, and you can see the type of beds that are put in there. So you can see now what you're actually up against. You can see what type of policies they put in. There's a strict, so up to 7 days, you get 50%. Within 7 days, nothing is refundable. So you can start to look at these and you can see, you know, okay, 113 reviews, 5 stars. So they're doing pretty well. Accuracy, communication, cleanliness, location, value. It's probably because people are now paying 460 quid for those 2 nights instead of what they thought, 129. Okay, looks like Johnny's the host. Awesome reviews, fantastic. This is what you need to be looking at. So you can see there's 113 reviews, there's 5 stars. Don't just look at the price. And you can look at this, right? Some people, it's not to everyone's taste. But I can tell you what, he's doing well there, making some decent money. And let's look at his calendar. Let's view the calendar. Let's look at Johnny's calendar. Johnny, if you're watching this, hello. So you can see here that, okay, September's a bit slow. Some months, some days are booked out. August, awesome month. July, obviously, we can't get there anymore. But August, fantastic. September, yeah, getting there, I guess. October, it's got bookings, nothing in November, a little bit in December, and nothing yet for next year, which is quite common until you get to, until you get to June and July. So good, nice work. Probably could get a few more bookings, but depends on how you're pushing it and how you're promoting it. So that's how we kind of look at Airbnb in a very high level snapshot. Then we want to go and start looking at, okay, why would anyone go to Bristol? So you can go to visitbristol.co.uk. I'm sure there's other sites where you live that are similar. So you can have a look what's on. You can see here Bristol Shakespeare Festival, all of July. That will attract people, lots of balloons. What else we got? There's a Bristol Aquarium. There's a mall, shopping mall, whatever you want to call it. Things to do, attractions, sightseeing and tours, theatre, museums. So you can look onto these things, museums. There we go, aerospace, etc. So people will travel to Bristol and probably prefer to stay the night because there's more than one thing to see. Then you look at accommodation. And you can see your hotels, B&Bs, small and independent, self-catering, accommodation, special offers, etc. So self-catering is, or service departments they've got there. So service departments we look under. Fantastic. And you can see here your stay here. So they've got 4 on here. I'd be wanting to sort of find out how I can get onto this website here. Maybe it's an advertising that you have to pay. So there's Berkeley Suites, Georgian Hotel, Your Stay Hamilton Court, Service Department Bristol, etc., etc. So that I'm sure there's a lot more, but you know we're strict on time here today. The Lodge at Bristol Zoo Gardens, the Crescent. So it will give you an idea as well where it's working at the moment. Check out their calendars first and see what they got. Where it's working. And start to target those buildings as well, those areas. And you can see there's a lot Broad Quay. There's quite a few Berkeley, and I think that's the name of it. So Hamilton Court, etc., etc. What's on? Things to do, food and drink, shopping, about Bristol, conferences. Are there any conferences happening coming up and that type of thing? Different venues for conferences, that type of thing. Christmas party gives you an idea. There will be people that need to stay there. Find out more. Start searching. You can see there's balloons. Whatever happens there with all the balloons, it must be something famous. So again, it looks like it's a bit of a tourist attraction, Bristol, and also around conferences, so you can have a look. Then you can start looking at other places like Visit Britain, and you can find loads of information on here about attractions. All around the UK, trips and tours, sightseeing, special offers, what's new, and you can have a look and search your area to find out what's going on. We use that quite a bit, and you can see that they offer little tickets here and there, so you can see within your area. Then we will look at Visit England, let's say as well. And I put some information in here previously that will, hopefully you can see it now, if we go back again. So we went to Visit England, and then we went into holidays. We clicked in a few of the different links, like what are you looking for? I'm looking for museums, I'm looking for food and drink. I'm looking for cafes, I'm looking for hotels and that type of thing. And then in the search field, we also put Bristol. So then you click down here, and you can see here, you can, you know, it's a heritage we want to see. We want to look in the city. We want to see activities. We're interested in food and drink. We're interested in culture, etc. So we'll take that out. We'll put culture. We'll take that out. We'll put food and drink, and then inspire me. And then from Inspire Me, it will give you all these different things to do. And you can keep going through those and add different links and that type of thing. But drinks in Bristol's oldest pub, so Brewers, the famous hole in the wall pub, says quite a bit with pubs. That's food and drink. And then if we were to look at food and drink, eating out, heritage, let's click the city, see what else is going on in the city. And then you can look at other activities, etc. Rainy day ideas. You can just keep adding. And then you can look at the southwest of England, which I guess is down that way, Somerset way as well. And you can start to get an idea of what's going on in your area. So you've got plan your visit. You can look on here and this is what you need to be able to tell people. Can they get there by train? How do they get there by car? Can they fly down there if they're looking for a weekend away, etc. You need to inspire people from international venues. So you need to know what's going on. And here, plan a business event. Successful events, you got all these different areas where you can go. Not necessarily Bristol, but if you put in Bristol, it will all start to come up for your area. And then we will look on to another website that we go to for data. So one of the things that we like to keep up with, so you've got developing England's tourism. You can see how many tabs there are, what you can research on. You can research. And trust me, this site, visitbritain.org, is an amazing site for research. Campaigns and opportunities, here we go, international marketing advice, what you should be pushing out, they help you with that. China market insights, all of these things. China is a massive market at the moment. We'll even show you how to market to China. England research and insights, the value of tourism, this type of thing. Is it going up? Is it going down? And then this is inbound markets and segments. Where are they coming from? What areas? You can click on China and find out what's going on. You can see the amount of people that are coming in and the growth rates, etc. Let's say their purpose is how many nights. So you can see they're over 5 million nights. And then we've got number of visitors, 260,000, total expenditure, 500 million. And you can see that's actually slightly down, but the average length of stay is actually up. So they're staying longer, which means I know for a fact that a lot of the Chinese are now seeking alternative accommodation, such as service accommodation. And then we like inbound research here. We like to click in here and we like to have a look. Inbound forecast for 2017. You can see here that it's gradually going up by almost a couple of million, 1.5 million every year. A slower increase, I guess. No, it's about right from 2015 onwards. So as you can see, the industry is growing. Now, we can break that down further. So we can look at information such as last quarter, 2016 snapshot. Let's have a look at that. So year 2003, so you can see the nights in millions going up since 2003. Consistently, only in 2012 did they drop, and actually 2009 they dropped, but there was a lot of turmoil going around obviously with the global recession. But since 2010 there's been a gradual increase every year in the amount of nights that people are booking. Average nights per visit pretty much stayed around the same. Average spend, 2016 seemed to be lower than the other years since 2012. Spend in billions, number of visits. The visitors are actually going up, but spending slightly less. So, as opposed to 2015, 14, 13, 12, and 11, etc. So that gives you a lot of data, and you can download all this. And you can also see the top 10 markets by volume, top 10 markets by value. The French visit us a lot. obviously they can come by train, etc., and that type of thing. So please make sure you do market to the French, and as you can see, the Americans as well. And the Chinese are not on here at the moment, I see, but they are fast growers. They will be in there very soon. And then we've got principal market showing recent growth, and then market showing a decline. So you can see that Japanese have declined, the Russians have declined, the French have actually declined a little bit, but the Americans are on the rise, as opposed to many others there. Qatar as well, obviously with their airline and openness. Rest of England, you can see the visits here. Wales, you can even break it down to the English and the Scottish. So London, look at London. London itself, 19.1 million visits. The rest of England, 16 million. And you can see Wales 1.1 and Scotland 2.7 million. So 2.7 million in Scotland, I would imagine, will be predominantly in places like Edinburgh and followed by Glasgow. Rest of England, loads of tourist areas around, other big cities, Manchester, Birmingham, etc. But London. So that should give you some good data there to understand your market and know that the London market is obviously very buoyant, but there are rules and regulations that you need to abide by. So that pretty much is a snapshot of how we look at stuff, but it takes us days and days to go through lots of this data before we pick an area. So all of this information on here is about picking your area. So once you've picked your area, you don't have to do this again, although I do recommend you do it every quarter, just to keep up on pricing, etc., and that type of thing. Things will change by quarter, but as long as you can see that you're in line with the rest of the marketplace there, that's fine. The reason I say it will change quarter by quarter is simply because of what do we call it? It's just, I've lost it, like demand. So your occupancy rate may go down a bit in January because there's very low demand for any hotels or service accommodation. December it will go up. Lots of Chinese come to England in December. June, July, and August, they are the hottest months of the year. Not just in weather, but they are by far the best months of the year. So I advise you to get into this business as quick as possible because it is an awesome business. If you would like to know more, get in touch. You can like us and send us a message on Wealth and Success Academy. We do run courses as well for service accommodation. We run courses for rent-to-rent HMOs, and we run courses for developments as well, which is what Emmanuel mainly runs. So hopefully that's helped you a bit today. I do hope that we can help you in some way, but there's a little bit of education for you. So please enjoy, and I'll post a video on YouTube so you can watch it as many times as you want with the lowest bandwidth. Thank you very much.